Breaking news, and today, LEGO is doing something maybe not way outside of the box, but definitely something new and different and unique, and I applaud them for it. So let's go ahead and jump into it. If you have any idea of LEGO Friends, the theme LEGO Friends, the Friends with the mini dolls and everything like that, not the Friends TV show, this is going to blow your mind in a few different ways. So LEGO is doing something they've never done this before. We're talking about full-on inclusion here and really bringing diversity into a whole nother ballgame for LEGO. So let's go ahead through this press release. It says, Friendship Reimagined. The LEGO Group reveals a new generation of LEGO Friends. So we're getting completely new peeps, new stories, new everything. So the other characters from the Friends theme are kaput. They just vanished off the earth. Just gone. So 3 out of 4 children feel that there aren't enough toys that represent them. The reimagined LEGO Friends characters are more representative of the world that today's kids navigate, inclusive of gender, culture, ethnicity, physical traits, and abilities, non-visible disabilities, and neurodivergence. If you know anything about neurodivergence, this is I wouldn't say like a brand new topic, but it is definitely more mainstream these days. The storylines explore the ups and downs of friendship while the characters overcome challenges, obstacles, and differences in today's modern world. A decade, believe it or not. On from the launch of LEGO Friends, the LEGO Group has reimagined the Friends universe with the introduction of new diverse characters to enable more children to feel representative during play. This next generation is designed to celebrate diverse friendships in the modern world. Because the LEGO Group values children as its role models, this next generation of LEGO Friends has implemented input from kid testing, research, and feedback from letters sent to the company, which all found children had a desire to see themselves as their friends and their families better represented. The brand new universe of authentic, interesting, passionate, and diverse characters includes additions of multiple skin tones, cultures, physical and non-visible disabilities, and neurodiversity. The new sets and series will feature characters with limb difference, Down's syndrome, anxiety, vitiligo, and a dog with a wheelchair. The new friends also explore and work to overcome modern challenges that they face, passions, obstacles, and differences, all while trying to create friendships. So this goes on to say, the statement from LEGO Group, basically the same thing, but it further goes on to say the reimagined LEGO Friends universe aims to help kids better become friends to themselves and others while providing emotional and social development through play. That's massively important. Absolutely is. To help them better understand individuality, diversity, and the modern world. Beyond research and insights from kid testing and designers reviewing letters from children, the LEGO Group also revealed recent research that further highlights children's need for representation. The LEGO Play Well Study 2022 showed an overwhelming desire for more representation in play and more discussion on diversity, and revealed that parents, 97% of them, believe it is important to discuss the unique individualities between us all, especially mental health, 91%, physical disabilities, 82%, mental disabilities, 81%, and ethnicity, 75%. Moreover, parents, 85% of them, say that play and toys can have a key role in helping children learn about diversity, 84%. The research also found that 3 in 4, 73%, children felt that there were not enough toys with characters that represented them, and similarly, that 8 in 10, 80% obviously, children would like there to be more toys with characters who look like them. Moreover, children themselves are asking for a fairer, more equitable world, with 9 out of 10 of them saying they care about everyone being treated equally. The LEGO Group wants children across the globe to experience their entire Friends universe as relatable and representative of the real world, both when it comes to products and content. As a result, the storylines of the LEGO Friends TV show have been refreshed in collaboration with the Gina Davis Institute on Gender in Media, helping to develop the characters' narratives to ensure they're relatable, inclusive, and reflective of the difficulties and experiences that children face today, including the ups and downs of friendships. The new LEGO Friends sets will be available January 1st, 2023, while a LEGO Friends TV special is due to air in February 2023, kicking off the new TV series. That is the press release from LEGO. Now, there are 5 sets that I have been able to look at and been privy to as far as the information goes, and they are all very incredible. So the 8 new characters are very unique. You do have your individual that does have I guess where you would consider it your elbow. She is missing from her elbow down, so she only has the upper part of her arm, which I think is great. I used to have an assistant principal that had, she was missing from part of her forearm down. She was just born like that. And it's the same thing here. You do have very unique personalities. I read through the descriptions. I'm not going to do that for you guys because they are very, very long and in depth. But it does talk about anxiety. It does talk about, somebody that is super duper shy and is an incredible singer, but doesn't want to have her voice out there just because she's super shy. You're talking about an athlete that doesn't accept failure very well. You're talking about a boy that wanted to be a designer, grew up poor, or I think it said he grew up poor, and wants to be a designer and stuff like that, and is busting through barriers as far as gender and all of the social influences that are out there. It's really nice. I mean, those are some of the major ones that I really kind of jumped into, and I really love the characters here. The tone, the color tone is completely different, I think, for every single one of these, if I'm not mistaken. I think you might have a repeat in 1 or 2 or 2 or 3, something like that. But it is refreshing. It is really unique. It is really great. The dog with the wheelchair. So I'm pretty sure I've brought this up before. My wife and I, my family, have adopted dogs. We fostered dogs. We fostered well over almost a dozen dogs at this point in time. And we've adopted, I can't even count how many. We still have 6 animals. None of them have ever been like bought, right? We've never gone and been like, I will pay you $1,000 for this special dog. No, I'm going to take the one that nobody wants and I'm going to bring it home and give it love and give it a brand new life. With that in mind, one of the sets here, and I'll get to these in a minute, but one of the sets has a dog with a wheelchair attached to it. I don't know if it's a complete mold or not. It was hard to tell by the pictures, but it is a dog rescue center, and it is absolutely incredible. You have a dog that's sitting there kind of with sad eyes, like, everybody has passed me over 10 times. Will you please be the one to bring me home? And then you have an elder dog, which elder dogs usually from adoption centers don't get much love. I'm not saying love from the people there, but they don't get love from the people that are walking by. They want puppies. Everybody wants a young dog. There's something incredible about adopting an old dog. I will say that. Or fostering an old dog. There's so much more love than you really realize. So let's go ahead and talk about these sets as far as price points and what you're getting. Paisley's House 41724. It is retailing for €45, 40 British pounds, 70 Australian, 40 USD, so us here in the United States, and 50 Canadian dollars, which I think is pretty good. The euro is actually more expensive here. The Dog Rescue Center 41727. I'm going to have like 10 of these. Absolutely. There's a bunch of great animals in this entire batch as well. So you guys are going to love that, especially if you're an animal person that likes to pick up friend sets for their awesome animals. It's going to be €60, 55 British pounds, 90 Australian dollars, 60 USD, and 75 Canadian. The Heart Lake Downtown Diner. I actually do like this one. This is actually really neat, but it is super duper tiny. I say super duper tiny. It is much smaller than some of these others. 41728. It is a €30 price point, as well as $30 here in the United States. 25 British pounds, 45 Australian dollars, and 40 Canadian. Autumn's House. 41730. It is €70, it is also 70 USD. I keep forgetting to mention because they're pretty similar most of the time. 60 British pounds, 120 Australian dollars, and 90 Canadian dollars. The Heart Lake International School, I do love this. It's a lot of color. If you liked the Main Street that just came out this past, year, you're absolutely going to love this because it's a similar, not the same color palette, but it's similar in that you have different parts that are super duper awesomely colored. So that is nice. 41731 is going to be the set number. It is going to retail for €99 and USD, or I should say $199.99. Hate when they do that. We all know what it is. It has 90 British pounds, 160 Australian dollars, and 140 Canadian dollars. I am really a big fan of these. They look incredible. I wish I could do a lot of justice to these. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to. But you definitely have to go check them out. I would say Brick Fans, Adam at Brick Fans is definitely going to have these up. Some of the folks at Brickset, without a doubt, will have these up. Go check out the images. They are going to blow your mind. They just have a lot of cool stuff that is in there. And I'm sure somebody's going to be like, I saw this one piece that is a new color or is a recolor or something like that. You're going to find something that I don't see. Absolutely you are. So before we get out of here, I want to talk about the two kind of studies that they used here. So the Well Play study of 2022. And it goes as follows. All findings from the report, unless otherwise referenced, were gathered from a total of 32,781 parents and 24,593 children aged 5 through 12 through a 20-minute online quantitative, not qualitative, quantitative survey conducted across 35 countries in early 2022. Now, the Gina Davis Institute on Gender in Media. It's a long name. It's got its own little acronym, but my goodness, it's a long name. So what they had said, founded in 2004 by Academy Award-winning actor Gina Davis, the Institute is the only research-based organization working collaboratively within the entertainment industry to create gender balance, foster inclusion, and reduce negative stereotyping in family entertainment media. If you are looking for more information, you can go to www.cjane.org. C is in, you see with your eyes, SEEJANE.org. So that's going to wrap up this breaking news segment. It is completely different than what we have done in the past, but I found it very pertinent to share it with you guys, especially because Lego has been a front runner as far as diversity and really just kind of getting out there before everything else. That's what makes them a great toy manufacturer, and they just continue to push the bounds of everything. So I'll be curious to know what some of your opinions are. I always get emails from you guys, sometimes social media posts. I'm really curious to know what you think about this. I will say one thing. I work with a number of students in elementary school that have Down syndrome. I think there's 4 or 5 of them in my school. But, they have a very, I don't want to say stereotypical look, but they all have a similar facial structure due to the chromosome abnormality. And I was kind of hoping that Lego would go there with this, and I don't see it. And I thought about it a lot as I was reading through the press release and I was looking through the pictures. And I'm curious to know maybe where you guys stand on this. Would you prefer to see that, or is that too much of a negative characterization? Because Down syndrome adults and kids in general they're no different than you and I. They have a little bit of a difference, and I know a lot about it. I've done a lot of research about it. My wife deals with it in her field of therapy. And I was really hoping that one of these characters would have a similar facial makeup, and I just didn't see it. I was trying to look in depth and really try and pick these apart, and I couldn't find it. At first, I was like, wow, that's bold of them to do. And then I didn't see it. So my question to you is, do you really Would you like to see that? Do you think it is really a good idea? If you're a parent of a kid that has Down syndrome, or if you have Down syndrome yourself, is that something where you're like, you know what, I really want to see this because this represents me. It represents my child. Or is it something where you're like, you know what, no, I don't want to see that physically on a printed head of a mini doll? I don't know. I really don't know. So I'm curious to know what you guys think. You can let me know, thebricksking@gmail.com, or any of the social media sites. You can hit me up and let me know what your thoughts are. So anyway, that's going to end this segment of breaking news. I'll talk to you guys next time.